Soudani gave a big speech and he talked about how very serious his government is about increasing the citizens' purchasing power. He said Iraq has reached a historical time for financial increase. He talked about how stable we are. Frank, now that he has told you again for the 9th time, allow me to say this to you, start your countdown. Why will Iraq become one of Trump's priorities in the coming period? Urgent quote Trump is planning major changes in the Middle East region, and therefore the region is entering a new phase, and Iraq will be at the forefront of these changes in terms of the security and economic reality. UN mission, Iraq has proven to the world that it is capable of overcoming challenges and building the future. We sure hope it's this weekend. Things have sure gotten interesting. I got some reports from contacts in Iraq that they now have a lot more money than they used to have, but they won't say how or why, just that they have a lot more money than they had. They had told me they had expected to exchange sometime around Victory Day on December 10th. But they will not tell me where their sudden wealth has come from. I think things have started at the upper levels in Iraq. I am pretty excited. No, it's not going to jump to floating right away. That's not going to happen. They can't afford for the currency to crash. They can't afford for the economy to crash. It doesn't mean they're not going to get to a floating one sooner or later, but not right away. Those guys from the CBI say we don't need those auctions, they're bad. It's going to allow us to be able to control the market and remove the black market. Frank, you have security and stability. So many things converging is phenomenal. I think this is a time where that if you're not involved, and if you're just sitting on the sidelines and paying attention from afar, it's time to come on in, check it out, see what's happening. I am under NDA, so I cannot talk about specific platforms. What I can tell is that we are ready. We are ready and Reno has been given the green light. This is official from what I have been told. This is from a person at the Redemption Center. Things are ready to roll. Just get ready. Some people say banks are closed on Saturday and Sunday, but it does not matter, it goes through the QFS and it can go any day, banks open or not. QFS is open 24/7. It can be done on any day. This is it. It could happen today. We are going to have a Merry Christmas. An unannounced visit, and a surprise landing in Baghdad. Blinken to al-Soudani, we are committed to supporting Iraq. Quote, Blinken referred to the pivotal role of Iraq, and stressed that it represents a key partner in the region, and the importance of consulting with it on the current developments witnessed in the region, and that the members of the international coalition are committed to the security, sovereignty and stability of Iraq. CBI on TV talking about the dollar auctions are bad, but as of today the CBI has started new mechanism for money transfers. Frank, this is monetary reform education, boom, 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 boom. With all the lies out there, the whole team is coming out and telling you Iraqi citizens, relax. Firefly, the salaries of October, November and December will be paid to the Kurds as soon as possible. Then they talked about a 15-day period that started on November the 28th in which the dollar auctions will end. That put the date as this Sunday the 15th. In Iraq, central bank governor opening foreign channels to foreign currencies eliminates the black market. They are talking about partnering with neighboring countries and carry more of a basket of currencies, so they do not need the US dollar for trade. Including Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and different countries around them. They want to split the value of the Iraqi dinar based on gold, oil, reserves and a basket of partnering currencies. This should mean a much higher value for the Iraqi dinar. They are making real-world moves to support the value of their currency. There will be purchasing power. Article 12 means no restrictions. No sanctions. No auctions. All those equals no 30 notes. There's only one way for this to turn out. Now, what we have heard most recently, because things have changed, my intel has changed, but what we're hearing is that we are going to have an amazing weekend. The most recent information is that all the releases would be on Saturday, so I'm looking at our day to get notified, on Saturday. So the main thing is, half of this battle is getting the numbers, setting our appointments, and then it's a done deal. We're able to move forward with our exchanges as soon as we can. We're hearing we're going to have a super fantastic weekend. If anybody lives in Idaho, you may want to consider this place. Idaho Central Credit Union, IQ. They have 60 branches and they have some also in the eastern part of the state of Washington. They charge you $10 to exchange, from $1 to whatever. They exchange foreign currency. Informed political sources revealed, on Saturday, that U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken conveyed direct threatening messages to Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani regarding the armed factions supported by Iran in Iraq. The sources told Shafaq news agency, Blinken clearly and directly conveyed threatening messages from Washington during his meeting with al-Sudani regarding the armed factions in Iraq, the future of those factions, and their movements. She added that Blinken stressed that the new U.S. administration will work with all its strength and determination to end any influence of these factions, especially after they carried out cross-border operations by striking U.S. bases in Syria, and targeting various targets inside Israel throughout the past period. She explained that Minister Blinken warned al-Sudani against these factions carrying out any military actions inside Syria during the next phase, with the support of Tehran, and that the Iraqi government will be held responsible for any operation carried out by these factions. According to those sources, the U.S. Secretary of State stressed the necessity of controlling the factions and working in a real way to disarm them during the next stage, as they have become a threat to security in the region, not just Iraq. Otherwise, Washington will have a role in limiting those factions through sanctions as well as specific military operations. On Friday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Iraq unannounced, where he met with Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. According to the U.S. State Department, Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged the Iraqi government to support the democratic transition in Syria after the fall of the Bashar al-Assad regime, noting the importance of Iraq's role in strengthening its sovereignty and regional stability. The U.S. State Department quoted Blinken as affirming during his meeting with al-Sudani Washington's commitment to supporting Iraq's security and sovereignty, stressing the need to continue efforts to ensure that ISIS does not return. He considered that the positive transformations witnessed by Iraq enhance its chances of future success. He also touched on the importance of the role of Iraq and the countries of the region in supporting Syria to achieve a comprehensive political transition that protects minorities and ends sectarianism.